Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, we'll be talking about women in technology with a young lady who remembers when she was the only female in her college computer class. That's just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show. So if you talk to any recruiter, they'll all tell you that they can't print enough college graduates with computer degrees. But unfortunately, there's still a gender gap when it comes to women in technology. To talk about that, a thought leader. Her name is Lisa Jordan. She's with Cyber Group. You're one of the principals over there. Thank you for coming on the show.
I'm so happy to be here.
All right, well, you were brought to us by the Dallas Business Journal because you won a very prestigious award, and I know you were honored by that. Tell us what that was like to win that.
So I was honored, first of all, just to be nominated. It's such a, it really is a very cool award, and I was just thrilled to win it, especially at the beginning of this year, because things started to get weird, and it was my bright spot at the early start of the pandemic. So there was that. But then when they first pulled us together with all of the other women, and I got to see their backgrounds and what they had accomplished, I was really humbled to be included within that group. So it's just a great honor. I love the fact that DBJ is providing that recognition for women in technology.
Yes, well, congratulations on that. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. But I want to start at the beginning. So you and I were talking off the air about the idea that it was really high school teachers that inspired you to get into this.
Yeah, I just had some great high school teachers, and we talked. I came from a really small town, small high school, had a math teacher, Miss Karen Reed, and she was so good, and I think that was the first kind of thing that inspired me to have an interest in STEM and studying that. She was just so encouraging, fabulous teacher, made algebra easy, made calculus easy. So just wonderful, wonderful teacher. When I was in high school, we also had a teacher, Marvin Marquette, who was our chemistry teacher and our physics teacher and our everything else science-related teacher. And I really enjoyed his classes as well. He went out of his way. When I was a senior in high school, he found some Radio Shack TRS-80 computers, some of the original affordable kind of personal computers, and he put 2 of them in the chemistry lab, and we had those there, and we could use them if we had finished our homework early, or if we'd finished a test early or whatever. And I worked out a deal between him and my business teacher to let me actually go and sit in his classroom and learn how to write code in BASIC, and borrowed notes from friends for my other class, and managed to just go and take tests and still get a good grade in that class. So thanks to them for just accommodating somebody that had that interest. And so, yeah, I just knew that was what I was going to do, and started college as a computer science hardware major, and just had a great set of opportunities in front of me. Education does that, right? And STEM is a great field.
And you were really the only female in your computer class in college?
Yeah, most of the time I was the only woman. Any of the programming classes, any of my a lot of the requirements, physics, calculus. A lot of times I was the only woman in those classes. Yeah.
Wow. We want to talk a little bit about Cyber Group. We found a great video. Well, let's go ahead and share that with you now.
Starting this company almost 40 years ago, you expected to do a lot of your business over the phone. Whether you were buying, selling, or trading, that's how business was conducted. Fast forward to today. You If you don't have an online and mobile presence, there's no way you can remain competitive in a changing marketplace. My company needed to establish a new online service, a commodities and analytics platform so customers can actually see what they're buying and receive real-time spot pricing and market updates. It's a huge project involving software development, system integration, big data analytics, responsive mobile development, upgraded security measures. Where do you start? Cyber Group built the systems and provided support to cover it all. They laid the foundation for our online presence and gave us back our competitive advantage.
Wow, very cool company. What's it like to work there?
I've been there for 2 years now, and gosh, it is such a great company. We have an onshore presence, so there's about 50, 60 of us here, and then a large component in our offices in New Delhi in India. We get to work with our clients. It's IT consulting. This is my life. I've been, the majority of my career has been in an IT consulting role, and I really like meeting our customers where they are, understanding what their business is. I know more about the weirdest businesses just because we get in there and we really, we staple ourselves to orders and follow them through the process and understand what it is our customers really need from technology, and then work with them to really help them meet those needs. And so it's important, it's not about the technology, it's about our business. It's about it's about helping people really leverage technology. I used to teach a class on technology projects for new consultants, and one of the questions I would ask would be, so what's a successful technology project? And people would be like, well, it finished on time, or it was within budget, or whatever. And I'm like, nope. Technology project is we made something that the company uses and they get the benefit they expected out of it. That's a successful technology project. And we get a lot of focus on these other things, and really the heart of it is just making sure people have what they need. They do their jobs better.
Well, I can tell why you're so good at your job. You're a people person, and not everybody who speaks geek speaks human, right? So yeah. I want to go back to your honoree with the Dallas Business Journal. We've got the picture up on the screen. It's the 2020 Women in Technology Award, and you were interviewed in our studios just down the hallway. Yeah. Tell us what that meant to you.
I've had this fabulous career, right? And it just is so nice to have the recognition, and also just to be able to talk about it, right? I think that this career has just been such a good opportunity for me. It's been, I can't say enough about how much I love consulting and technology, and I hope that this inspires younger women to look at technology as a field, to look at those STEM fields and give them a chance, and think about how to use that as your conveyor to success and recognition.
Yes, and you're very passionate about that. You've also been recognized by the Dallas Business Journal for your work with the next generation. We're going to put that up on the screen, and tell us more about that.
Yeah, so I'm going to put a plug in for one of my favorite organizations here in Dallas, the Dallas-Fort Worth Alliance of Technology and Women. And this is an organization that is committed to bringing more diversity into technology fields by introducing STEM education and technology to young ladies. And we have a very specific program called Great Minds, and we spend a lot of time working in schools and volunteering at various events. There's a volunteer opportunity right now. If you see this in a timely fashion, there's a volunteer opportunity right now on the dfwatw.org website. Awesome. We're looking for some volunteers to help out with the upcoming science fair judging. I've been able to go and speak with young women as a mentor. Sure. On STEM days and things like that. It's just so much fun.
And so, Lisa, some of these jobs are really high-paying jobs. Why do you think there's still a gap?
I don't know. It puzzles me, right? Mm-hmm. But I think that part of it is that we still have a hard time capturing that interest in that, at 5th to 8th grade level, right? Making sure that that there's that. This is for you too. This is not a this is not a just for the guys to go and learn technology. This is for you too. And I think that we just miss them, and it's not we just don't get the top of the funnel, right?
Yes.
And that's where we really need to focus our efforts.
Well, you and I were talking before the show about The Queen's Gambit, the most popular Netflix show in a while, and how it really celebrates the mind of a brilliant young lady.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping some of that kind of spills over into STEM programs because, a woman's mind is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I've actually, even with my DBJ interview, talked a little bit about from a product management perspective. So, I build technology products, and one of the things I'm interested in is that product management design area. And so when we bring a team together to think about the design of something, we're drawing on our own backgrounds, we're drawing on our own experiences. And in order for us to really have empathy with our customers, we have to bring that broad set of experiences and background and just perspective, how people think about things. And you can't do that if you're in a room with everybody that looks like you, because you're going to create a product that works for everybody in that room that all looks the same, but there's that big audience out there you're just going to miss. Right.
Are we seeing a greater emphasis in Silicon Valley? I mean, are the big companies that we all know really having a concerted effort to recruit young ladies?
Yeah, I think everybody is making a bigger effort. And even here locally, I heard the new head of the Dallas, UT Dallas, in the technology area there, talk about how they were getting ready to hire a new director. And she said, I want you to find candidates across the board,
yes,
diverse candidates. And it's not an easy thing to do. If there's not very many fill in the blank demographically
right,
people going into a field, it's hard to go out and find the ones that are excellent that can then fill those roles. And so it's hard to put that on a recruiter, to ask that they give you a diverse pool. But if you have a diverse pool to choose from, you're more likely to have a diverse group of resources later.
Outstanding. Well, we're almost out of time. Final thoughts for the young lady who might be watching this saying, I wonder if this is for me. What would you say?
Don't get discouraged. This is for you. This is for everybody. I have benefited so much from having a career in technology, and just don't be let down. If this is your passion, chase it and really enjoy a career of something that you really love to do. Don't let somebody tell you it's not for you. It's totally for you.
Wow. We're going to go ahead and put the website up so everybody can get in touch. And Lisa Jordan, thank you so much for being on the show. You've been an amazing guest.
Thanks. It was really nice meeting you. Thanks for having me.
You bet. And that's it for now. We'll see you next time.